Are you suffering from downward pressure on your pelvic floor and you feel like there's an egg inside hanging between your vagina? Or you're having a lot of leaks, usually in the afternoon at the end of the day, working hard all day, and all of a sudden you have this leakage you can't control at the end of the day. Hi, my name is Annie and welcome back to my channel, Annie Pilates Physical Therapist. In this video, I'll show you gravity-assisted core, hip flexor, obturator internus, and piriformis strengthening program to help support your pelvic floor together with proper breath work and slowly learn the proper Kegels exercises. So in this video, we will need some very light dumbbells. If you don't have dumbbells, you can use bottled waters, canned goods, and we need gravity assisted. So this is 6 inches foam roller. If you don't have 6 inches, you can use roll towel, like a lot of towels, or 3 inches. So 6 inches will give you a better lift to help gravity assisted. Especially at the end of the day, I'll give you strategies that you can do to help prevent the leakage and what to do to make sure you take care of your bladder health so you don't get any more leakage or more prolapse. Prolapse is actually a downward pressure towards your pelvic floor. It could be your bladder going through your vaginal canal, or your rectum in your colon's going down in the vaginal canal. So if you see in this picture, this is a pelvic floor. It's a sling hammock-like structures, and women have three holes. The peeing, the urethral orifice, which is where you pee, the vaginal canal, where for sex, intercourse, and for rectum for pooping. So we want to make sure you're not putting too much stress on our pelvic floor. So we will begin the program. If you need a foam roller, you can check out the link on the description below. This is a limited supply only. This is a very soft foam roller, great for absolute beginners, so you don't hurt your back. So it's not too firm that could hurt you after a while. And this is very soft, great for absolute beginners. So talk about prolapse and when you're always gonna have some leakage. When did this happen? I have a lot of my patients in the clinic and in-person students in my Revive Pelvic Floor Health Core Rehab who are suffering sometimes in the morning when they wake up. They'll use their restroom. They'll go again in an hour. Example, if you pee and urinate in around 6 a.m., they want to pee again around 7 a.m. just in case before traveling, and then they keep leaking because they can't control their pelvic floor. Or at the end of the day shift, they've been standing, running around all day long, and at the end of the day, the whole day, they might feel like, I'm going to hold my pee, and I want to keep running around. If you're a teacher, a nurse, or if you're working in the restaurant business, service business, and then all of a sudden, at the end of the day, after 8-hour shifts, after serving as a waitress, running around, and all of a sudden by 4 or 5 p.m. when you get home, you ended up with a leakage. You started dropping all the fluids out. You can't control, you keep leaking. You wear paddings and you don't know how to keep the pelvic floor up and healthy. And that's why I'll give you strategies. So first, you want to make sure you're not gulping your water. You want to sip your water throughout the day. If you're gulping your water, you're putting too much pressure on your pelvic floor. It's like a drop. We drop 15 drops per minute on our bladder. So if you gulp, you ended up doubling that up. Second, you want to make sure you don't have a lot of irritants in your drinks, which means caffeinated drinks, soda, high fructose corn syrup, Gatorade, electrolytes with a lot of high fructose corn syrup, irritants like Splenda, Sweet and Low, Sucralose, zero sugar alcohol. Those are irritants that affects our pelvic floor, our bladder, that makes our bladder irritated. Especially coffee. Unfortunately, even decaffeinated coffee is not the caffeine in the coffee, but actually it's just the coffee itself. It's the only drink that makes the lining of your bladder inflamed. Sorry for those coffee lovers. Coffee is an irritant. So if you remove a lot of irritants, of course, life is too short not to have those favorite drinks. We are allowed to have at least 12 ounces of irritants, which means the more you drink, you double your coffee, 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon, you're gonna have this irritation, like the urgency that you feel like someone's stabbing on your pelvic floor. Thirdly, if you're having constipation, if you're always constipated and you don't know how to poop properly, every time you try to poop, you're going to put pressure on your pelvic floor. You're ripping apart your pelvic floor health, especially if you have Valsalva maneuver, which is holding your breath and pushing it down. Do you know that when you're pooping, you should be just relaxed state? It should be just an autonomic response, opening your pelvic floor and just pooping naturally. And that's why it's important how to sit down on the toilet properly. So I have a video inside my Revive Pelvic Floor Health Core Rehab you can check out in the link on the description below. I'll be reopening my challenge this first Labor Day. So don't miss out on this opportunity for a first come first serve basis to accommodate my new students to revive your pelvic floor health. So comment challenge right now to join my upcoming challenge if you want to be able to connect to your pelvic floor health safely and effectively. Fifth reminder, after pooping, and if you have a strain, lie down, elevate your pelvis. This will help prevent prolapse. So if you're pushing your hard instead of relaxing, inhale and exhale, you're hurting your pelvic floor. So it's best to lie down. If you're suffering from prolapse already, lie down, elevate your pelvis or elevate your legs on the bed so that you have the support and the gravity is helping your pelvic floor to relax, even just for a few seconds to few minutes. Number 6 reminder, eating a lot more fiber in your diet. So having more fruits and vegetables. So the amount that you need to take every day is at least 30 to 40 grams of fiber. And I know with our busy lifestyle, sometimes it's hard to eat more vegetables or fruits. So if you can't incorporate, if you're a picky eater, it's best to add some Benefiber, fiber supplement, probiotics, collagen in your drink, and then Miralax, a stool softener without strong laxative or a stimulant. You don't want to take a stimulant on your diet. So it's best to use like Miralax. Miralax is gentle. So you take your Benefiber at night, so it gathers the poop at night. So in the morning, you add the Miralax in your nutrition and then you take it. So you poop in the morning. It's best to have your bowel movement in the morning so that there's not a lot of pressure on your pelvic floor throughout the day. So everything aside, no matter how much we exercise with our pelvic floor, if you're not pooping correctly, if you're not peeing on time, if you're holding your pee all day, that's also not healthy. So that's why in the end of the day, you ended up with urgency, leakage. So my best recommendation is to make sure, the 8th reminder, I know I gave you a lot of pointers already, is to make sure you pee every 2 to 3 hours. If you're peeing every hour, it means your bladder is weak. And that's why you don't want to train your bladder to be this weak. You want to train your bladder to make sure it should be every 2. You can push up to 2 hours for now. And we're going to learn quick flicks on how to calm the bladder. So it's also inside my Revive Pelvic Floor Health Core Rehab what is quick flicks and what is long holds. Long holds, Kegels, are the exercises to prevent the leakage. There's so much strategies inside my program. This 8-week challenge, you're going to start lying on your back first, and then sitting exercises, and then standing. It's like slowly putting weight on your pelvic floor muscles. Does it make sense? If you have any questions, drop a link down below. Leave a comment down below. I'll try my best to answer all your questions about pelvic floor health. It's very complicated. It's not just squeezing your biceps and like that and you get stronger. It's a lot of factors that interconnects to our pelvic floor health. So let's begin the exercises now. I'm gonna use the 6-inch foam roller, so it's more gravity assisted. As I said, when you lie down in your bed at home after pooping, it's best to elevate first. So you can do this after pooping in the morning, if you have time in the morning before running out of the house, before going to work, and then place the foam roller underneath your pelvis like this. So you want to take a deep breath through your nose. As I said, when you expand, see my belly rising as you inhale. You're gently stretching your pelvic floor, and that's okay. Inhale and then exhale through your mouth. You're zipping it up like a tight jean from your lower abs to your navel, all at the same time with your breath, breathing out through your mouth. When you do that, you're lifting your pelvic floor like a canister motion with your pelvic floor and your diaphragm. So breath work. So you make sure you purse your lip like having a straw in your mouth. You can actually use a straw in your mouth to remind yourself not to hold your breath. I have a lot of patients with leakage while they breathing in through their mouth and exhale through their mouth. They don't know how to do the canister motion with their pelvic floor. And I have a 2-pound dumbbell right now, pressing up to challenge our core. So inhale, I'm pushing my belly out. Exhale, zip it up and squeeze. So you want to make sure you warm up your core first. Inhale, push your belly out. Exhale, squeeze with your breath.
Feels so good. You're slowly engaging your lower abdominal muscles and your deeper transverse abdominis. So we're doing abdominal bracing. Inhale, you can see the expansion of my abdominal muscles. And exhale. It's important to connect together with Kegels. So with Kegels, you don't want to just squeezing through your vaginal canal. It's actually through your rectum. When you're squeezing your anus, you're strengthening further. That's the secret sauce of my pelvic floor. You inhale, and you're pushing, you're bulging, you're pretending you want to fart as you inhale. And then pushing my belly out. As I exhale, I'm pulling everything in. And then the cueing that I use with my patient is holding your poop. When you hold your poop, it contracts everything in your pelvic floor. Exhale. Inhale, expand. I'm gently depressing my pelvic floor. Exhale, squeeze your core in together with holding your poop. That's my Kegels. Holding your poop is the secret sauce that works really well. That's my biofeedback to you guys. Inhale, expand. Through practice, you're going to slowly feel that area. It's easier to feel when you hold your poop. This helps prevent constipation and also prevents and helps connect and feel the urgency again. So when you if you keep clenching your butt cheeks together, you're losing the sensation on your pelvic floor. You're clenching on your pudendal nerves, and we don't want that. Okay, my friends, after a few deep breaths with pelvic floor Kegels exercises, holding poop, you inhale again. We're gonna expand our belly. Exhale, slowly lift one leg up to tabletop and breathe out. Holding your poop still again. Inhale down. Exhale, switch. Holding your poop. Don't forget, as you exhale, you zip it up. Hold your poop. Inhale, I'm expanding my abdominal muscles. Slow and steady, and then switch. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Switch to the other side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last set. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Well done. Now we're going to slowly lengthen our hamstrings. Our hamstrings, there's a lot of muscles attached on their sitting bone, and the sitting bone has a lot of pelvic floor muscles attachment. Inhale. Exhale. Tabletop first. And then slowly extend your knee to lock. Once you lock your knee, you inhale again and dorsiflex your ankle. You're going to have as you inhale and exhale, bend your knee for a gentle stretch, and then all the way down to starting position. Inhale, expand my abdominal muscles, zip it up, exhale, and tabletop. Extend as you inhale, dorsiflex, and then slowly bend your knee. Keep that ankle in dorsiflex, and then breathe out. Okay, again, inhale, expand, zip it up as you bend. Exhale, extend further. Once you reach to locking your knee, if you can, dorsiflex as you breathe in. Expand your belly. Exhale as you slowly bend and slowly place it down to the mat. You don't want to be aggressive with your pelvic floor. Breathe in, slowly connect. Exhale. Extend, inhale, dorsiflex, and slowly go back down. 2 more to go. Breathe in, breathe out. Extend, dorsiflex, all the way down. Last set, my friends. Inhale, exhale. So if you're interested to join the challenge, comment challenge right now, and you'll receive a link on how to join when I open the cart for a first come, first serve basis. Now, after doing that, we're going to extend one leg. We're going to strengthen our hip flexors and quadriceps. Arms overhead. We're going to do a beautiful strengthening together with our upper body and upper abs. As you inhale with your toes pointing away, exhale, lift your hands and your foot up with your knee lock. And then exhale, dorsiflex. And then slowly lower your foot down and arms overhead again. And breathe out. Inhale, tippy toes again. I'm expanding my belly. Exhale, zip it up and lift. And once you can tap your dumbbell towards your knee if you can, dorsiflex, and then breathe out. Inhale, exhale, lift, breathe in, and then breathe out slow and steady. 2 more, inhale, zip it up, exhale, lift, inhale, exhale, down. Last one, my friends. Inhale, exhale, zip it up and lift, inhale, exhale, down. Now we're going to switch to the other side. Bend the knee, extend the opposite leg. As you breathe in, I'm expanding my belly. Don't forget your breath work. Zip it up, exhale, lift. Dorsiflex, inhale, exhale, down. And then arms overhead, foot slowly go down. So we're targeting our hip flexors. We're going to slowly target our obturator internus very soon. Exhale, down. 4 more. Inhale, exhale, lift. So if interested to join, comment challenge, CHALLENG. So you can join. We have 8 weeks to strengthen our pelvic floor so you don't have leakage or worsening of your prolapse. If your prolapse is grade 1 or grade 2 only, it's still fixable. Unfortunately, when it's grade 3 and 4 already, when it's out of your vaginal canal already, you need pessary, which supports our pelvic floor, or surgery. But the program will still help with the symptoms. Last one. Well done. And after doing that, we're going to lift both legs up to a double tabletop position. And as you breathe in, breathe out, tap one foot down, exhale. So eccentric control, making sure when you tap, not too close like this, but a little bit further out to engage your core muscles more. Breathe in, don't forget your breath. Breathe out. Inhale, exhale. So if you're interested, there's a huge discount on September 1st. So comment challenge right now or comment join, JOIN, and I'll see you inside the class. There's a bladder bowel diary you can download so you can learn more what's your lifestyle, so I could correct what you're doing, what you're drinking, what you're eating, and also the quick flexes, the long holds, Kegels exercises, and then the 8-week daily exercises to engage your pelvic floor. I meticulously crafted this system, this program that helps thousands of my online students and my patients in the clinic as well. If you're postpartum, perimenopausal, menopausal women, or if you have diastasis recti or C-section, this is great for you. Last set. Well done. Now we're going to challenge with dead bug. So as you tap your right foot, left arm overhead and breathe out. Inhale, exhale as you tap. So tapping is actually more challenging because you're slowly lengthening. Breathe in, breathe out. Feels so good on your core muscles. Inhale, exhale, tap. Don't forget zipping it up. And as you inhale, you expand your abdominal muscles to stretch your pelvic floor, and then tap and you engage. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last set. Well done. After doing that, we're going to do butterfly stretch. So butterfly stretch targets our hip adductors, and these muscles are the mirror of your pelvic floor, which means the tighter you are, that you're tight inside. The weak you are, you can palpate the muscles, and if you feel very soft and feels like a marshmallow, that's what's also inside. It's evidence-based science. I'm talking about it. I'm not kidding. I've seen a lot of these in the clinics as well. So if I palpate you and you're very soft here, that's also inside your pelvic floor, the deeper layers of your pelvic floor muscles. Isn't that cool? So you can really check if you're getting firmer on your pelvic floor. And if you have pain when you touch on your inner thigh, it means you have pain during intimacy. And that's really crucial. There should be no pain during intimacy. So it could be weakness and tightness to compensate the weakness. So this exercise will help with that. So as you breathe in, Expand your belly, exhale, open to a butterfly. Your arms and your knees out. Inhale, back center. Exhale, open. Breathe in. Expand, exhale, open. Feels so good. 2 more. Last set. Well done. Now we're going to extend your legs. We're going to do V-stretch. As you inhale, exhale, open. So this is the progression. If you find V-stretch more challenging and it's hurting you, then stop. There should be no pain. If you're having pain, it's too challenging for you right now. So my recommendation is just continue with the butterfly. Breathe out. You might feel getting tired on your core and your hips. 2 more. Last one. And we are progressing with a little bit butterfly and then back center, open to butterfly, and then back to V-stretch. Butterfly, center, knees together, butterfly open, and then V-stretch. 4 more. So it's a little bit more dynamic movement. Breathe out. If this is too challenging, just continue with the butterfly. If you're getting tired, stop. So if you want a step-by-step guide, slow progression, comment join, J-O-I-N, or challenge, and you'll find very simple exercises on your first week as we slowly progress, and this will be so much easier in the future. Last set. Well done. After doing that, let's strengthen our gluteal muscles. The stronger your butt, the stronger your pelvic floor. So that's why if you have flat butt, dead butt syndrome, gluteal amnesia, and you can't engage your glutes muscles, that's why after sitting in 30 minutes and you get up, you might have a leakage. I have a lot of patients, they have numbness down their leg. They feel like there's numbness sometimes on their PP because the pudendal nerve supplies our sensation on our vaginal canal and they feel like tingles. They're very weak on their buttocks. So with your feet on top of the foam roller, we're gonna challenge. With the dumbbells up, take a deep breath, exhale, lift for a bridge. Make sure you zip it up, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your core in. As you breathe in again, expand your belly and then slowly roll down 1 vertebrae at a time and exhale. Inhale, exhale, bridge. Inhale, it's like a hip thrust. Exhale, roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. 4 more. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, down. 3 more. Exhale, down. 2 more. Exhale, down. Last one, my friends. Inhale, exhale, lift. Hold that bridge, and we're gonna do butterfly in this position. 10, 9, 8, feel the burn. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. Well done. We are progressing with bridge again. Inhale, exhale, bridge, and then we'll march 1 leg up to tabletop. Hold that foam roller, don't drop it, and then switch. Breathe out. Inhale, down, and lift. Keep that bridge. Isometric, strengthen your glutes. The stronger your glutes, the stronger your pelvic floor. 4 more. 3, 2. Feel the burn on your hamstrings too, my friends. And last one. And 1. Well done. Now, we talk about the piriformis. So piriformis is one of your deep pelvic floor muscles, your hip muscles that's connected to our pelvic floor. So if you have tightness on your piriformis, it affects our pelvic floor. So figure 4 position will stretch that muscle. So like 1 foot over the opposite thigh, and we're gonna strengthen and stretch at the same time by bridging in figure 4 and breathe out. Inhale, roll down, exhale. Breathe in, breathe out, lift. Push your knee out, stretch your piriformis, strengthen and isolate the other glutes. If you find this too challenging, just stretch your piriformis. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, roll down. 2 more, my friends. Single leg bridge in piriformis is really challenging. Last one. Well done. Now let's switch to the other side. Figure 4, other foot over on your thigh, and then the foam roller on your foot for challenge. Inhale, exhale, bridge. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, down. Make sure you're really pushing your knee out for a deep stretch. 2 more. Last one. Well done. Now, we are going to target our obturator internus. So our obturator internus is one of the pelvic floor basin as well. It starts on the pubic area. So that's why sometimes we have pain on the pubic bone to the groin area, all attached on your gluteal as well. It's like a basin. Okay, my friends, in a 90-90 position, 90 degrees in the front, 90 degrees at the back, keeping your spine straight, you might feel tightness on your groin area already. You can use the dumbbells for an extra challenge. As you breathe in, lift up your dumbbells, elbow straight, exhale, and then twist towards the back end of your knee, and then lift up and breathe out. Inhale, back center, exhale, twist and lift. 4 more. 3, we're almost done, my friends. Comment join, Join, if you want to join the next 8-week challenge. Last one. Well done. Now lower the dumbbells. We're going to target the back end of your foot. Hold on in front of you. And this is very hard for most patients. They can't lift the back end of their foot because it's weak and tight at the same time. And then back. And lean forward a little bit for absolute beginners. So you're slightly bending your elbow so you can lift off the back of your foot. 2 more. Last one. Well done. Now switch to the other side. We are cooling down now. We're almost done. 90-90 position. Grab the dumbbells, 90 in the front, 90 at the back. Keep your spine straight so you're going to feel a deep stretch on your groin area. Lift off the dumbbells. Inhale, exhale, twist at the back end of your knee, and then lift the back end of your knee. Feel that opening of your groin area. Breathe in and breathe out. 2 more. Last set. Well done. Now we're going to try to target the back of your leg, internal rotation, and lift off. Sometimes this is my weaker side. This is where I got injured when I had my baby and also from a car accident. 2 more. Last one, my friends. Well done. Now we're going to cool down now with your feet together in the butterfly position and pulsate. Stretch your groin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and circles. Feels good. Lubricate your hip joints, lubricate your core and your pelvic floor. And then reverse. And that's it. I'm hoping you enjoyed our lovely pelvic floor strengthening program to help your prolapse and your leakage. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. And if you need my help and guidance, I'll be going to have a one-on-one coaching on my revived pelvic floor health very soon. But if you have excruciating back pain and you need help and guidance, I have my back masterclass already open. I've been helping a lot of my one-on-one students and they're reaching their goals faster than ever before to eliminate back pain fast in less than 14 days. So click the link on the description below and access my free one-on-one booking. Comment coach COACH if you want to access my free consultation booking right now. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below and I'll see you again in my next video training. If you have more time today, watch this video about obturator internus and this video about diastasis recti. Until next time, always remember, be safe, be well, and healthy you. Bye!